How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So if you've been watching, the Artemis 2 stack has finally made its move back to the launch pad 39B. It's not just another rollout, it's the beginning of the final countdown. So following the repairs to those upper stage helium valves and a fresh set of flight batteries, NASA has actually given the green light for a April the 1st launch attempt. We're now less than 2 weeks away from seeing the first crewed mission to the moon in over 50 years, so it's exciting times ahead. So if we look at exactly where the mission is right now, and we start with the hardware, the 322-foot rocket actually arrived at the pad yesterday morning after navigating the 4-mile journey on the back of the Crawler Transporter 2. Engineers are already beginning the final umbilical connections and pre-launch checkout. Now let's talk about the crew. As of Wednesday, Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen have officially entered quarantine, and they're doing that at the Johnson Space Center. Everything's been tested. Obviously things could go wrong, but you know they are actually in quarantine because they know there's not going to be any more delays. It's definitely happening. Unlike last time, they went into quarantine and then they come out, but now this is when it gets real, guys. And now let's talk about the mission. This 10-day flight will take the crew roughly 5,000 miles beyond the far side of the moon. And this is the furthest any human has ever travelled into deep space, before a high-speed re-entry back to Earth and splashdown in the Pacific. So let's talk about the launch timeline. So they've obviously got April the 1st where they can launch the rocket, but NASA also has backup windows through to April the 6th. But everyone wants the April the 1st launch to go ahead. The main reason you'd have a delay is mostly down to weather. And also, if the weather conditions aren't right, then yeah, they definitely can't fly out. So let's hope that the weather is really good on that day, guys. Now let's talk about the most important part when you need to be watching this launch. So if you live in the US, the time is going to be around 6:24 p.m. But if you're watching from the UK like myself, the launch is going to be about 11:24 p.m. So obviously I'm in the UK and I have work around those days when this launch is happening. So I'm going to stay up, watch the launch, and I think there's going to be millions of people watching the launch. And so there's probably going to be some tired people the next day in the UK or in Europe, wherever you're living in this part of the world anyway. My plan is to do some live streaming, like I said before in the previous video. Obviously I'm using a very old laptop, so hope the thing lasts, you know. It might be okay, it might be a trooper. But I'm not making any money from doing these videos, so yeah, I just have to use what I've actually got. So yeah, it's going to be an old laptop, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to obviously stay up late to watch the launch, but then once the launch has happened and everything's going well, I'm going to get my head down for a few hours, and then I'll get up early the following morning just to see how things are going, and then we're just going to monitor this thing all the way through to when they get to the moon. Yeah, quick question. Is anyone watching this channel going to be watching the launch from the UK? And are you going to take a sick day? Because I know I would. If I wasn't starting a new job like I have recently, I definitely would take a sick day just for this. As a rule, I don't really take any sick days. It's something I've never really done. I just don't like letting people down. But you know, there's certain occasions where you might want to take a sick day because something important's happened. You know, like the SLS rocket going to the moon. Because the frustrating thing about the SLS launch is it could be delayed. So you could book some holiday days off thinking, oh yeah, it's launching on April the 1st. And then they've got the launch window to April the 6th. And then you have to then try and reschedule then you have to reschedule more holiday days. So it could be a little bit frustrating. So we just have to work around our schedules while we're watching this launch, guys. Okay, so I've got another question. Do you live near the launch site, and can you get to see the launch live in person? I think that's going to be really cool. So for now, that's it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching, and when I have something else cool to give you an update on, I'll definitely put a video out on that. Anyway, this is a short one. I've not got too much to sort of say about this. We kind of know what's going on with this mission, so I don't want to waste your time. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video and this little update, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.